Pac-12 as bad as it's been during your lifetime? Was it as bad as it's ever been this year?
This is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah, that's alarming.
It,
And let me just say this, and I don't want to segue into, it seems like every week you and I sit down here and we talk about the offense, we talk about quarterback in the portal. And, I understand some people probably get tired of hearing it. I get tired of talking about it, frankly, but I know there's a lot of people that are intrigued by it still. And right now, I mean, the season's over. What else do we have to talk about besides recruiting and the portal? So the fact that Jayden de Laura, who I'd been pining for a few days, found a home within 4 days. Now, maybe he wanted to, you can use there are ways you can spin this. Maybe he's from Hawaii. Maybe he wanted to play in warm weather. He went to possibly the worst Power 5 team in the country, in the worst conference in the country. So this garbage, people telling me this garbage that Iowa can't attract a big name portal quarterback because of style. Yeah, it's real stylish going to a 1-11 Arizona Wildcats team. Give me a break. Okay. I couldn't. Now, I have nothing against de Laura. He went there probably because they pursued him, right? Arizona must not have a defeatist attitude, Mark. No, they said, we need him. We've got problems. We need the reigning offensive freshman of the year in the Pac-12. So they went out and got him. So I'm proud of who's even the head coach at Arizona now?
It is Jedd Fisch, former offensive coordinator at UCLA.
No idea who that is, but attaboy Jedd. That's what I would say. Attaboy Jedd, because that program is in the dumps right now. And it's a good program, I think, overall. Maybe I'm wrong.
Former offensive coordinator at Michigan, Jedd Fisch.
And I remember, back during 2009, Iowa's 2009-2010 stretch where they had a lot of talent on that roster. They had a home and home with Arizona, and I'm trying to think of who was on that Arizona team. Nick Foles was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Iowa lost down there in 2010 in an ugly game.
I remember that.
So that's a good program, but man, they're in the dumps. And the fact that they were able to go get Jayden de Laura, I don't want to hear people that tell me that no quarterback wants to come to Iowa. Now, I do want to share something, Mark. I'm not necessarily I'm not at all a message board guy, but again, when college football's over and you're lying in bed late at night and you're scouring, trying to look for something football related to feed on, sometimes you come upon ridiculousness. And I just want to share this. Again, I wouldn't normally do it, but given the circumstances, I'll read this comment. So I'm not going to name who these posters are, but I'm going to give Iowa fans on here an example. And this is just my opinion as to what fans, I should say, continue to enable that defeatist attitude at Iowa. Again, this is an anonymous poster. This poster says, in response to a question about Iowa bringing in a transfer portal quarterback, he says, and I quote, "Bringing in a transfer quarterback is a horrible idea for a team like Iowa. Terrible, terrible idea. Bringing in transfer quarterbacks at a school like Iowa will destroy what little recruiting power we have at that position. Let's say Kurt goes to the portal and finds some wonder boy gunslinger from Upper East Tampa Bay State. And in parentheses, remember, no elite quarterback is going to leave their situation to come to Iowa. Say he has 2 years of eligibility left. What do you think is going to happen in the quarterback room? Petrus, gone. Padilla, gone. Labus, gone. In today's day and age, no one is sticking around if someone's ahead of them and potentially reducing their window of playing years. They can go somewhere else and play immediately. Yeah, because there's a lot of Power 5 schools that Spencer Petrus is going to transfer to, and he's going to play immediately. And then how do you recruit quarterbacks in the future after doing that? Say we're in a battle over a good QB with Michigan State or Minnesota or whoever. You think the opposing coach isn't going to say, hey, man, Ferentz loves to surf the portal for quarterbacks, and remember what happened a few years ago with Petrus and Padilla. I'd hate to see you commit somewhere and have something like that happen to your career. Here at blankety blank state, we're loyal to our scholarship guys, and we want to see you succeed. The transfer shopping can work at a big school like Michigan or Ohio State or even Penn State. They're big enough names that they can still pull good players in just by their stature. Doing that blankety blank at Iowa when you've already got a senior, junior, and freshman in the room would be a blankety-blank suicide, and it'd have repercussions for years. What if Wonder Boy got hurt or didn't work out? What are you going to do then? I mean, this is the mindset, Mark. This is the mindset of a fan base. And it's not everybody. I know there's a huge faction of the fan base that's completely the opposite. But the fan base is so divided on this issue. And this is the enabling. If everybody, including the most important people, the people who are donating thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there are people out there who are donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to the program, if they were the ones to push back, change would happen. You and I both know that's how change happens. Unfortunately, sometimes it's the people with the money that are the ones that begin change. So, but there are people out here who actually believe this, Mark. And not only do they believe it, they believe it's fact. There isn't a doubt about it. We can't have a discussion. There isn't a doubt. It's a line in the sand. So why are we even talking about it? It's so, like you say, terrible, horrible, just these broad observations. And it's just, it's sad. And here's the problem. It's not an issue with just quarterback. Like this is a microcosm of an attitude amongst a lot of fans.